Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have another tutorial for you. This one is more neutral and kind of gray, but I'm going to show you how to wear Lime Crime, Velveteen, and Cashmere, which is a beigey gray lip product. I'm going to show you how to make it just a little bit more wearable because I know it seems to be a super popular trend right now, and I actually really love the gray or gray beige lip trend that's going around. So here's the look that I came up with. I'm really excited to share it with you. And this video is a collaboration with my good girlfriend Cassie from Shades of Kassie. I'm sure you guys all know her and love her as much as I do. So go check out her video. I'll have that linked below. So let's go ahead and get started with the look. So of course you want to prime your eyes. I'm just using my MAC paint pot in Painterly. I've been using the paint pot a lot lately. You just really can't go wrong for priming your eyes. And then from the Tarte lip palette, I'm using the ivory color called Supermom, and I'm just placing that all over the entire eyelid area. And then I'm going in with Wanderer. This is just a really neutral brown color. I'm taking that on a duo fiber blending brush from MAC. That is a 286 brush. Absolutely love it. And I'm just slopping that back and forth, placing it really sloppily in the crease just as the transition color, so other shadows will be easier to blend out. And then I'm going in with Power Player. This is a taupe color, kind of a grayish taupe, and I'm just deepening up the crease with that color. You can go really as deep or as light as you want. So here I am just kind of building up the color, and you guys know I like to build my colors with light layers. I just find that it looks a lot better that way. And then I'm going in with that purple color. It is called Best Friend, and it's kind of a eggplant color, I would say. And I'm taking that on a Makeup Geek soft dome brush, which I really love. And I'm just, again, deepening up the crease more. So as you can see, I'm just placing the color more so on the outer portion of the crease and then bringing it in. And then I'm going to go in with a blending brush and just light, medium pressure, small circular motions, and blend everything so it's all super diffused. And I love that Morphe round blender brush. It's great. So going in with Makeup Geek Foiled Eyeshadow in Magic Act, I'm going to place that on my lid. And I'm using a MAC 242 shader brush, which is probably probably my favorite color for packing on color on the lid, or my favorite brush for packing on color on the lid. And that Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow is so beautiful. I love the foiled eyeshadows. They are fantastic, and it's just like a yellowy gold color. Then Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in Grandstand, which is like a rose gold taupe, and I'm just placing that on the outer part of the eyelid just to kind of add a little bit more dimension, add a little bit of color. And then going back in with Best Friend, that eggplant color, I'm just really slightly blending out in the crease again, just to make sure the lid colors of the foiled eyeshadows are really cohesive and super diffused right up into the crease color. So you really can't see where the lid color stopped and where the crease color began. And then I'm taking little circular motions and blending it out. I'm telling you guys, that brush will make any eyeshadow job super easy. And then I have the Jane Cosmetics, their water resistant liquid liner in the color black. And I'm just doing a really thin line. I just want to define my eyes, but not take up the lid color, not overtake it with the liner. So just a thin line there. I really like that product too. And then I'm just going to make it a little bit more diffused by going in with this matte black color and just stamping that over the liquid liner. This makes it, I've said it once and I'll say it again, this technique makes it so you don't have to be perfect or even close to perfect with your liquid eyeliner, because I know I'm not. And then just go ahead and stamp over it with an eyeshadow in a similar color, and it's just going to make it look really more diffused, a little bit softer, and you can really just stamp over it and make it look like you tried really hard, even though you maybe didn't. And then I'm going in with NYX Big and Loud Lash Primer. I don't know how I feel about this stuff. I thought it would be more fibery, like a fiber extension mascara, but it was a little bit more wet. So I don't know, I think it's okay. I don't know of a drugstore eye primer, so I guess I can't compare it to any of a drugstore product, but it's all right. And then I'm going in with It Cosmetics Hello Lashes Extensions Mascara. I really like this mascara. It's I like the wand of it. It's really cool. You can get to the roots of the lashes, you know, wiggle and extend out. And then I like to go back in and hit all the lashes that I might have missed with that ball tip. So I don't know, I like it. And then I'm just cleaning up, of course, with a cotton swab. And then my favorite part is taking off the tape to reveal a nice crisp line. Okay, so face time. Jose Maran Argan Infinity Creamy Oil. Warm it up with your hands. It is a cream to oil, so with the warmth of your body heat, it does go into a oil. So I use this. This is like a dry skin must-have for winter time. It soaks up any dry patches that I might have. And then NYX Angel Veil Primer. Super white on the face, so you really have to work at blending it in. I don't know how I feel about that primer. Don't love it, don't hate it. And then I'm going in with Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and I'm just gonna be applying that. This is more of a medium coverage, but because I have that oil, that creamy oil before, it does kind of sheer out the coverage a little bit. I do have to talk about that brush. That is a Bdellium Tools, the B is silent. It's a Bdellium Tools Precision Kabuki brush from the Studio line, and it is bomb amazing, and their brushes are amazing and super affordable. I'm going to be using some other Bdellium brushes as well here, and I highly recommend them. Great quality, great price, awesome. And now I'm taking MAC Studio Conceal and Correct. This is a double-ended. One side has yellow, one side has like a peachy color. And I don't know how I feel about this product. I think I have to kind of play around with it a little bit more. So yeah, not a must-have. Anyway, I'm just trying to neutralize under the eyes with those colors, and then I'm blending it out with it's It Cosmetics for Ulta. It's like a concealer blending brush, buffing brush, and it's pretty awesome. But I didn't find that concealed my under eye darkness, so I did go in with my standby Holy Grail Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla, and then just blended that out because you just can't go wrong. It's just that Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer is just everything. And then I went in and I set my under eye area with all three of those colors from the Ambient Lighting Powder palette, and it was way too dark because I got too much of the darker color. So I tried to fix my mistake by going in with the lightest powder that I had in my collection, which is this one by MAC. It is in the shade NC5, which is a very light. So I just try to lighten that back up. That's just a really thin pressed powder, really sheer. And I'm just setting and trying to fix my mistake. So then I'm going in with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly, which is a skin tone shade for me. My Rainbows on Roses and Whiskers on Kittens trick to conceal where I need it the most, around the kitty cat whisker area. I especially love that concealer for blemishes, which I have a little blemish between my eyebrows there. I wouldn't use any other concealer to go over a blemish besides that one because it conceals it, but it's not going to make it dry and crusty looking. And then I'm just setting the rest of my face with that same MAC Select Sheer Press Powder. And then I'm touching up my eyebrows. I wanted to demo this for you guys because I know a lot of you were interested in this micro brow pencil by NYX, and I have to say I quite like it. I don't really see a big difference between this one and the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think it's going to be a really awesome alternative to that one, a more affordable one. I have mine in the shade Espresso here, which it does pull a little bit red, which is fine for me because I do have red or warm undertones in my hair, so it works out. But yeah, I just wanted to demo that for you. I'm just touching up my eyebrows here. And then I did set it with the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and I like this stuff too. I have this one in the shade Brunette, which is more of an ash brown. So in conjunction with the Brow Wiz and Espresso, it just makes it, I don't know, more of a neutral, still warm tone, but neutral warm tone brow color. And I just like those products. I think they're really great. And so going back in with Supermom, that just ivory matte eyeshadow color, I'm just popping that on the inner corners and under the brow bone for a highlight. And then going in with Power Player, the taupe gray color. I'm just taking that on this Makeup Geek pencil brush, which is a really tiny pencil brush, and I really like it. It's amazing for smoking out under the eye. So that's what I'm doing, just smoking it out and adding more definition under there. And then for a little bit more intensity, I did go in with the Best Friend, the eggplant color, and I just placed that on the outer portion of the lower lash line. A little bit more definition there. So then I went in with, again, Makeup Geek Magic Act, and I hit that on the inner corner of the eye area and on the lower lash line, just to add a light bright pop of color there. And then Grandstand, I went and just kind of placed that on the center of the eye. I just lined it up with the colored part of my eye just for some more fun dimension. And then I'm tight lining with my Jane water resistant eyeliner. It's just in the color black. I really like this, super smooth. So I'm just tight lining up there to make the lash line look more full. And then I did place that in the waterline as well for a little bit more, again, definition. You want to make sure to hit the lower lashes with mascara. I particularly love this It Cosmetics mascara because it's easy to get the lower lash line without globbing it all over. And then I have MAC Blush in Buff, just a pinky beigey brown color. I took this with my amazing angled blush brush from Bedelium. Just kidding, Bedelium Tools. That is hard. And I just like it. I'm using it as a blush, bronzer, contour, all in one type product. I really like that color blush. You can't go wrong with it. You just can't. And then Lightscapade MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's just like a candlelit beigey, really soft, nothing crazy for a highlight. And I'm just highlighting. Make sure if you have any blemishes, you don't want to highlight on the blemish. So I did not highlight where my blemish was there between my eyebrows. And then this Milani pencil, which I really like. So my trick for wearing a gray beige or rocking the grayish lip trend is to use a pink lip liner underneath of it. So that's what I'm doing with this Milani one. And then just add a little bit more contour and fake my lips being a little bit more fuller looking. I use MAC Stone, which is a must-have. You guys know I love it. And then I'm going in with the star of the show, the Lime Crime Velveteen in Cashmere. And I do have to say, this thing is probably hard to get your hands on, but I know a lot of you have it. So anyway, that is my finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been really into doing tutorials lately, so leave requests below and let me know what you would like to see. Don't forget to check out Cassie's video. She's so close to reaching 100,000 subscribers, so go show her some love and support. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.